I mean, it's a very uncertain backdrop right now.
A warning that the inflation we were already seeing before the Russia-Ukraine war will likely get a nudge in the wrong direction as suddenly sky-high energy prices start filtering through the economy. Nathan Jansen is an assistant chief economist with RBC Economics.
A lot depends on, geopolitical tensions abroad. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has sent, oil prices skyrocketing.
Does the price of energy tend to trickle on in cumulatively into other consumer products and other consumer services?
So it does, and that happens over time. Higher gasoline prices raise the cost of transportation for a large broad swath of products.
We often think, okay, airfare, and we think groceries. But you kind of mentioned broadly based. Does that mean that it's really kind of everything to some degree? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been more broadly based, and those pressures have been, pushing certain business costs higher across a wide variety of products.
And are we also looking at a situation where we have our inflation, and then now we're slotting in sort of gas-specific related inflation on top of that?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's the increase in oil prices since the Russian invasion has added to those pre-existing price pressures.
Nathan, when a product inflates during a period like this, a brand new microwave goes up $3. Do we find that when inflation tapers off, the microwave goes back down $3, or do we find that it just parks there at its new high price?
Yeah, I mean that's typically what you would see. It's not necessarily expecting prices to decline. It just means that they can keep going up, but at a slower pace.
Jensen says right now in Canada, the rate of inflation we're seeing is comparable to that of the 1990s, with the States comparable to the 80s. He says some of this is related to geopolitical tension and supply issues, but says there's likely another factor at work.
The spending that we saw at the federal, the provincial levels to essentially bail us out through the pandemic, has that also played a role here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is playing a role, and part of it is a lot of that those transfers from government to households have yet to be spent.
And he says that's keeping consumer demand high through the rise in prices.
It's when it comes to the gas prices we're seeing right now, we've seen our vulnerability to these large outside factors in a global market. A lot of people say we need to invest a lot more in green technology, and I've heard people say we need to invest a lot more in oil and petroleum technology. Are one of those right? Are both right to some degree? Is there a perspective there?
There's probably room for both to be right.
For City News, I'm David Zura.